Hi, good day each and everyone. My name is Angel Abanto, a second-year student in Isabela State University, Kawayan Campus, taking a course BSIT, or what we call the Bachelor of Science in Information Technology. Our topic for today is all about data communication. What is data communication? It is the exchange of data between two devices via some form of transmission medium, or it is the exchange of information between two or more persons. So let's now move on to the 5 characteristics of effective communication. Number 1, it is uses the same transmission medium and language. So dapat dito, maaaring magkapareho kayo ng lingwahe upang kayo ay magkaunawaan ng inyong mga kausap or mga katawag. So number 2 is direct and indirect communication. So maaaring ito ay direkta nyong pag-usapan ang inyong mga topics or indirect communication. Number 3 is the mutual understanding. So dapat dito manatili din kayong nagkakaintindihan ng inyong mga kausap. So kapag hindi kayo nagkaintindihan, dito matatawag na mutual understanding. Number 4 is the continuous process. So dito naman is dapat tuloy-tuloy ang inyong pag-uusap upang magkaintindihan kayo ng nais ipaihiwati. Number 5 is the use of words as well as symbols. Kumbaga, sa inyong magkakaibigan, mayroon kayong sign language or symbol. Halimbawa, kapag may mga napansin kayong dapat nyong tawanan at nagkakindatan kayo, so ang ibig sabihin nun, nagkakaintindihan kayo at yun ay ang symbol. And let us now move on to data. What is data? Refers to information presented in whatever form is agreed upon by the parties creating and using the data. Or, what we call this, it is the facts and statistics collected together for reference or analysis. And we have also the 3 fundamental characteristics of data communication. Number 1 is the delivery. The system must deliver to the correct destination. So, ibig sabihin nito is, dapat kung saan mo i-send yung isang mensahe, dapat sa kanya talaga mapupunta. Kasi minsan, nararanasan natin ang wrong send. So, number 2 is the accuracy. The system must deliver data accurately. So, dapat yung information na sasabihin mo ay exactly or sakto. Number 3 is the timeliness. The system must deliver data in timely manner. Example is, kung may lakad kayong magkakaibigan, so, dapat kung ano yung time na pinag-usapan, yun yung time na masusunod, or what we call on time. And we have also the components of data communication. Number 1 is the message. It is the information or data to be communicated. So, ibig sabihin po nito is, kumbaga sa inyong mga magkakaibigan, kung nag-uusap or via text is, kunwari nag-send ng good morning or good night yung isang kaibigan, ibig sabihin, yung good morning, yun yung message. Number 2 is the sender. It is the device that sends the data message. So dito naman, kunwari ako nag-send ng good morning or good night, hello, hi, sa isang kaibigan, ibig sabihin, ako yung sender. So number 3 is the receiver. It is the device that receives the message. Kunwari, yung sinad kong good morning, good night, sa isa kong kaibigan, ibig sabihin, yung isa kong kaibigan, yun yung receiver. Number 4, medium. It is the physical path by which a message travels from sender to receiver. Example, kung ano yung ginagamit mong pag-send ng message, tulad ng phone calls, text, messages, emails, or social media. Number 5 is the protocol. It is a set of rules governs data communication, or we call it is an established set of rules that determine how data is transmitted between the different devices in the same network. And we have the network criteria. Number 1 is performance. It can be measured in many ways. The transmit time, it is the amount of time required for a message or to travel from one device to another. The response time, it is the elapsed time between an inquiry and a response. The performance of the network depends on many factors such as A. Number of user. So, dito nakadepende kung ilang tao yung gumagamit ng isang network na posibleng siyang pagbagal nito. So, letter B is the type of transmission medium. So, dito din, nakadepende kung ano yung kind of social media na ginagamit. And letter C, capabilities of the hardware. And last, efficiency of the software. Number 2 is the reliability. It is measured by the A, frequency of the failure. It is the frequency which with an engineered system or component fails expressed in failures per unit of time. Letter B, time it takes a link to recover from failure. And last, network robustness in an catastrophe. Number 3 is the security on how the network protect data from authorized access. Now, let us move on to the categories of network. Network is categorized with the different following factors. Number 1, size. Number 2, ownership. Number 3, distance. It covers. Number 4, physical architecture. And we have the categories. Number 1 is the local area network or the LAN. Number 2, metropolitan area network or the MAN. Number 3 is the wide area network or the WAN. Each categories we have the size. The size of the LAN is the building or campus. The ownership of the LAN is the privately owned. The distance of the LAN is few kilometers. The physical architecture of the LAN is the bus, star, and ring. Example of the LAN is the laboratory network. And we have also the MAN. The size of the metropolitan area network or the MAN is city. The ownership of the MAN is public company. The distance of the MAN is extend over entire city, and the physical architecture of the MAN is LAN to LAN. The example for this is the cable network. And lastly, the WAN or the wide area network, its size is globe. Ownership of the WAN is private or public. The distance of the wide area network is the extend or over entire globe. The physical architecture of this wide area network is man-to-man. And the example for this is the internet. And now we have network. What is network? Network is a group of connected communication devices such as computers and printers. Example for this is the internet, citation network, and economic network, and etc. In the mid-1960s standalone devices, we have ARPA, or what we call the Advanced Research Project Agency. So what is ARPA? It is a research and development agencies of the United States Department of Defense responsible for the development of emerging technologies for use by the military. And we have also the DoD or Department of Defense. It is an executive branch department of the federal government charged with coordinating and supervising all agencies and functions of the government directly related to the national security and United States Armed Force. And In 1967, we have ACM. ACM is the Association for Computing Machinery. What is ACM? It is founded in 1947 and it is the largest and oldest international scientific and industrial computer society. ARPANET. What is ARPANET? ARPANET was the network that became the basis for the internet based on the concept first published in 1967. So ARPANET was developed under the direction of the U.S. Advanced Research Project Agency, or what we call the ARPA. We have we have also the IMP, or the Interfaces Message Processor. The interface's message processor was the packet switching node used to interconnect participant networks to the ARPANET from the late 1960s to 1989. And we have the 1969 ARPANET reality for nodes. Number one is the University of California, Los Angeles, or what we call the UCLA. University of California, Los Angeles traces its early origins back to 1882 as the southern branch of the California State Normal School, or now the San Jose State University. It became the southern branch of the California in 1919, making the second oldest after UC Berkeley of the 10 campus University of California system. So number 2 is the University of California, Santa Barbara, or the UCSB. It is a public and land grant research university in Santa Barbara, California, and one of the 10 campuses of the University of California system. So number 3 is the Stanford Research Institution. It is an American nonprofit scientist research institute and organization headquartered in Menlo Park, California. The trustees of Stanford University established Scientist Research Institute in 1946 as a center of innovation to support economic development in region. So number 4 is the University of Utah. It is the public research university in Salt Lake City, Utah. It is the flagship institution of the Utah system of higher education. We have NCP, or the Network Control Protocol. It is a set of protocols forming a part of point-to-point protocol is a data link layer protocol that is used to transmit multi-protocol data between two directly connected or point-to-point computers. And the last, we have 1972 Vint Cerf and Bob Kahn Interneting Project, the Transmission Control Protocol, or the TCP. We have number 1, and encapsulation is one of the fundamentals of OOP, or the object-oriented programming. It refers to the bundling of the data with the methods that operate on that data. So number 2 is the datagram. It is a basic transfer unit associated with the packet switch network, or the datagrams are typically structured in header and payload sections. Last, number 3 is the function of a gateway. It is a network node used in telecommunication that connects two networks with different transmission protocols together or serves as an entry and exit point. And we have shortly thereafter TCP, higher level function. Number 1 is the segmentation, which means is to divide the marketplace into a parts or a segment. Number 2 is the reassembly, is a 2D open world space shooter PC game created by video developer Anistopera Games. Number 3 is the error detection, which is the process of detecting the errors that are present in the data transmitted from transmitter to receiver in a communication system. We have the IP handle datagram, is the principal communications protocol in the internet protocol suite for replaying datagrams across network boundaries. Its routing is the function enables internet working and essentially establishes the internet. We have also the TCP or IP, which is the internet protocol today's. And now we have physical topology. It refers to the way in which a network is laid out physically, or it refers to the interconnected structure of a local area network or the LAN. We have their categories. Number 1, mesh. Communication is point to point. Number 2, bus. Signals are shared with the backbone cable. Number 3, star. Signals are passing through the center device. And number 4, we have the ring. Signals are circulates with the within the network. So we have this table of the topology. We have their advantages, disadvantages, and their future. So number 1 is the mesh. The advantage of the mesh is point-to-point link, robust, or the privacy or security. The disadvantages of the mesh is the expensive in cable and internet connection. So we have also the disadvantage of mesh, which is the sheer bulk of writing, and the future of this is N-1 in connections. So we have the bus. The advantages of the bus is less expensive than mesh for ease of installation. The disadvantages of the bus is the difficult reconnection, difficult to end station, limited number of station, and we have the feature is the backbone cable. We have also the star. The advantages of the star are point-to-point link, robust, and less expensive than mesh. We have also the disadvantages using the central device, and the feature is hub. We have the last ring, and its advantages are point-to-point link to both side only, and easy to install configure. The disadvantage of the ring is unidirectional traffic or signal, and we have the feature which is the repeater.